Good afternoon to the people of 1320 Video and Cleetus McFarland. By now, you guys are definitely aware of the major disaster going down in Houston, Texas. Hurricane Harvey has had some devastating results in the streetcar capital of the United States. We wanted to come up with a way to raise some money for the victims, so this is what we're gonna do. Starting now and going until Friday night, all proceeds that come in through 1320video.com as well as CleetusMcFarland.com will be donated. So if you buy a t-shirt, a DVD, a lanyard, anything, those proceeds will be donated directly to the Houston area Gearheads donation drive. If you don't have cash to spend but have supplies to lend, I have 5 locations listed above. We have a location in Dallas, San Antonio, Houston, and 2 spots in Oklahoma City listed above where you can drop off supplies like water, blankets, anything you have to offer, and they'll take them down to the victims in Houston. Thank you for any help you guys have to offer, and God bless.
Hell yeah, brother. You're on the Cleetus McFarland YouTube channel.
Woo! Alright, it is about to go down. I got some stuff to talk about today. So before this video kicks off, we're spending a minute in the office. There's a lot of things I want to say. It has come to my attention that there are a couple of things that we need to address as far as internet haters, you know, the car itself, Leroy, my other car is me. I guess this is just kind of a Cleetus McFarland YouTube channel, talk to talk. I mean, or what would that be called, Cooper?
Heart to heart.
Heart to heart. We're having a heart to heart, guys. So buckle in. This could get intense. Number 1. That car is so freaking light. Guys, I don't know how to explain this without putting Leroy on the scales, but that's coming up. We're doing that this week, hopefully. Let me put something in words for you. We got a Corvette, right? They're pretty light, and I don't blame people for this because it is a stripped Corvette, so you would think, yeah, it's probably pretty light, but we took fiberglass body panels, which do not weigh a lot, off of the Corvette, and then replaced it with an exo cage, in fact. Quite a bit of metal there, you can imagine that weighs a lot. Turbos, 2 of them, which if you've ever held a turbo, you guys know they weigh a lot. A water tank, a fuel system, etc. So just think about that for 1 second. Took fiberglass off, added a lot of weight. So I know Leroy looks light, but I don't think he is. So post your guesses below, but we're going to the scales. We're using corner scales, and we're going to find out how much he weighs, where the weight is, and that's all coming up. Number 2, we are talking about people who are faster than me calling me out. The freaking call outs are getting out of control. I almost get emailed daily with something new. Races like the Honda S2000 that I lost to. Yes, I lost to a Honda. Great race. He didn't call me out. We got matched up. Love that. I'm not going to back down from a race that I line up for. Even like John Doc, you guys are going to see I race him in this video. Told him I'd race him. My car was broken, but you know, I'm going to be a man of my word. Race him anyways. But back to what I was getting at. These call outs are ridiculous, and I have a perfect example of one for today. Who did I get called out before that? 2000?
Well, when I was picking chips for you, a guy was like, I want to call Cleetus out first round.
Yeah, so, I mean...
Corvette. I was like, I don't know, like, we'll just do chips. I can't speak for him with that.
Well, yeah, a lot of call-outs. And Kyle wasn't a call-out either, that was just a race that we planned. Okay, so aside from emails, things like that, there's a couple guys who post on the internet like, I'm calling you out, but this one is juicy. We gotta, I'm telling you guys, you're gonna love this. I loved it. Cooper, did you love it?
I loved it.
He loved it. Okay, so let me give you a backstory about, oh wow. Okay, so a couple months ago when Leroy first ran his 9, a couple of people tagged me in something. It was actually July 6th is when this post was. A guy with a page called Leroy Brown. It's actually an old Fairmont that was built by sloppy mechanics. But the moral of the story is that the car is named Leroy. He posts, hey 1320 video, this, all caps on the this is the one and only Leroy Brown. So I was like, oh, you know, cool, I saw it, and I didn't really say much about it. His page has a couple thousand followers, got 2,600 likes. So, I mean, obviously the car does have a following. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. Today, though, 2 hours ago, Leroy Brown posts once again since his last post. This time on a much higher level of just call out savagery. So this guy's coming at me with a Power Glide, an automatic transmission. It's a turbo car, and it's already been deep nines. It's a lot faster than Leroy. Here's what the guy posts. He goes, "The return of Leroy is secured. Time to hurt some feelings with Leroy 5.0. First up is that 1320 shit kicker who stole my name." Stole it. He goes, "Cleetus McFarland in 1320 video, prepare to defend that name. Gap band coming your way. If I have to haul this bitch cross country to put an end to your larceny." The guy goes as far as calling me a thief. LOL. He ends it with an LOL, like everything is okay. This guy is thinking this race is like Big Chief versus Kai Kelly. Street Outlaws better come in town to film this.
Tonight on Street Outlaws.
We are the two top dogs in the game, and only one of us can have the name Leroy. When I first saw this, I was like, come on, is this guy really like, come on, man, only one of our cars can be named Leroy. I was a little frustrated. I was like, you know, maybe we can both have the name. My car did, in fact, come with Leroy printed on it from factory, and you guys named him Leroy. I didn't mean to per se copy this guy's car, but it has ended up this way. I had to throw on there, show on me this doll where the internet hurts you. I just, you know, just gotta throw a little back at him. And he goes, well, we can just race for the name and give the fans what they want.
Tonight on Street Outlaws.
Clearly that would be a bad decision for me, as I'd be racing a car that is quite a bit faster than me, and probably coming back from this said period of time where he is being rebuilt and coming back better than ever. I imagine the car would definitely whoop Leroy, no problem with that. So that would be a terrible decision for me, and then I would have to rename my car that we've been watching for months. I mean, the time and love we've put into Leroy, all down the drain. But apparently this is going to be the most intense race of 2017. It is going down. The fans want to see it. I'm thinking this isn't going to be like your Street Outlaws, like normal 12 angle race. I'm thinking, Cooper, how many angles would this race need to live up to this level of intensity?
More than 12 angles?
I'm thinking more than the standard on Street Outlaws is 12. We need, what do you think,
Oh.
35, 40?
At least.
To a Honda. 35 to 40 angles. That is a lot. I mean, you don't see that many angles. I don't even think they had that many in Mega Race when Big Chief raced Richard Rawlings. So we're talking 35 to 40 angles for the intensity of this race, guys. So it's going to be legit. But all in all, I'm still not going to race him because he's obviously faster. And, you know, just the amount of anger that seems to be coming from this guy is honestly hilarious, so we'll just let that be. But along with him and the rest of the fast guys that have been calling me out, most of which have automatic transmissions, are very consistent cards. I appreciate you calling me out, but I've recently invested in a ticket dispenser, and you will have to grab a number. I'll bring it to the next event, and you guys can just pull a ticket right out of that. On a completely real note, let me wrap up this whole part about the people calling me out who are faster than me. To be honest, when all this started, we bought a salvage title Corvette and had zero plans for it. We did what every good old American would do, and we put an engine in it, and put turbos on it just because, you know, we love bald eagles and whatnot. But I did not build this car to run freaking the best times on the planet, nor am I anywhere near the best driver on the planet. I am just a guy with a car who wants to have a good time and race it and enjoy it. So please stop expecting me to freaking run low sixes or even compete in NHRA with Leroy. It's not gonna happen. I know a lot of you are here just to have fun and see Leroy and me try and figure out what racing actually is, but there are some people out there who expect the world out of me, and let me be the first to tell you, you are in the wrong place. I am a learning driver, I am a learning racer, and there is so much more for me to see and do. Every time I race the car, I learn a lot about it and myself and what I can do better, but again, I just haven't been able to race the car that much because we run into problems every time we race it. And I know some of you ask, why don't you test the car before you take it to these events and then lose to people? Well, the thing is, like, me going to these events is me testing. If I had any other time, and just like any other racer in the country, if they had all the time in the world to go testing, I promise you we'd all be ridiculously fast. But let's have a reality check. It is extremely difficult to coordinate getting your car completely prepared, getting all the necessary resources, supplies, tools to go to the track and spend a day there. It's an all-day thing, and to take a day out of my week is sometimes really difficult. So when we go on these events to make Cleetus appearances and sell merchandise and bring Leroy along, that's really the only time we get to race right now. And this is also a good time for me to mention that we will be going to LS Fest in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and that is September 8th through the 10th. We will be there with Leroy, and I am racing that Cameron Powers guy. He has a twin turbo Ford Crown Vic, and he's also an automatic transmission, but he's actually a really cool dude and sent me a message, and we talked like normal people instead of one of these ridiculous call outs. Plus his car has only been like 9.6, which is still significantly faster than Leroy, but I don't think he plans on going much faster than that. So hopefully I can keep up with him if we get Leroy dialed in. But as usual, run tested. So on to the next thing. Let's talk about the truth about racing. This is a deep subject. This could get out of control. And this subject goes back to Leroy, you know, not always being perfect when we get to the racetrack. So let me kind of explain myself a little bit. The reality of racing is, it is extremely difficult. It's probably the hardest thing I have done in my life. Entering the racing world and trying to be competitive is absolutely insane. For a guy with my level of experience, it's even tougher. You know, I don't know how to tune. I do know how to work on my car now. I didn't at the beginning of all this. You know, I can do most things now, but still, like, there's so much to learn about racing. The guys who go out and do this competitively and make money, it is a whole different, like, I can't even fathom how you would do that, because every time you go to the track, it's like trial and error. You're going to try and do something, it's not going to work. You're going to try that same thing 5 different ways, and it's not going to work, and then you're going to find a solution. It is the most difficult thing to dial in a car, especially a turbo stick shift car. As I'm sure many of you know, there's a lot of variables with these cars, and it's just so hard to dial it in. Like I said earlier, every time we go to the track, we learn a ton, and that's a really important part of it. You have to absorb the information from the car and your surroundings and figure out what you're going to do next time to go faster and be better. The truth about racing is that it is so much more difficult than what you see on TV and YouTube, and that's why it's frustrating for me. Listen guys, everybody has these problems, I promise you. The only difference is we show everything that goes down on my YouTube channel. We've had boost creep issues, we've had throttle body issues, we've had countless little things, fuel system issues, and I promise you that's happened to every single other racer out there who has brought a car out to the track on the first couple of runs and tried to use it. Every car has kinks after a big project, especially after Leroy being what he is, and you know, putting in an engine, a transmission, turbos, a turbo setup, and then going out and trying to race these people who are fast. It's tough, but everyone who has ever made it to the top and is fast now has had to do it, and that's just where we're at, and I'm not going to stop showing it to you guys. So those of you who don't like seeing Leroy and I fail sometimes, I'm sorry, but you might have to leave the channel because you will see those videos. I'm not just gonna delete them and put them in the corner. I'm posting everything, the lows, the highs, and everything in between, and that's just how we do it here. The following video is a perfect example of everything that I just talked about. The car had some major issues and we tried to work it out. So check it out. I hope you guys liked it. This is the end of my rant. Thanks for watching and enjoy the video. Also hit the like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. See ya. Alright, so I just cut you guys off the last video. It's now time to do some drag racing with old Leroy the Savage here. We had to adjust the tune, it was a little bit lean, so we're changing up the tune a little bit on Leroy right now. Then we're gonna flash him, put him on the drag strip. I'm running in one of the streetcar takeover classes. I'm not 100% sure which one it'll be. Maybe the stick shift, or maybe one of their other classes. They have a couple of indexes as well as like an LSX versus modular class. We'll see, but I'm pretty excited to do some racing, so we're gonna get the car ready and go do it for Dale. Also, I am gonna drop my tire pressures quite a bit.
All right, here we go. Making my first big test in with the new wheels and tires. This should be pretty interesting. I really have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna kind of roll out on the two-step a little bit, see what it does. Reduced engine power again. I have no throttle at all. I'm flooring it. Nothing I can do. Damn, dude. That was the pass. That was going to be so fast. Damn. Thank you. Dude, that was the best 60-foot and the freaking best 8th mile I've ever had. A 6.3 in the 8th, which is not great but decent, but a 1.4 60-foot, and then it goes into reduced engine power. That was going to be a sick pass. I'm so freaking disappointed. Dang it. It's alright though. We will figure out this problem, run it again, do something faster. It's going to be so fast.
So the current status is we've got this throttle body issue that I told you guys about. An old trick is flipping your throttle body over, and I've got plenty of wire, so I'm gonna flip the throttle body on Leroy right now. We really just have no other options at this point besides changing out the throttle body, but I have a V-banded throttle body, so we'd have to weld something on. So I'm gonna flip it and just hope something happens where it fixes itself, but we'll see. All right, so I'm just gonna loosen the V-band, pull the 4 bolts out, and I should be able to just rotate the whole throttle body. There's plenty of wire, so let's just try it out.
I don't need no hit, no nothing like that.
I respect that. I respect that.
If I'm gonna race you, I'm gonna race you on your best day and my worst day. So we've been sitting and staging. We had oil down after oil down. We're finally getting to race. John Doc pulled up next to me. We're gonna hopefully my throttle body works, but I mean, we're gonna run. It is what it is. If my car doesn't make a pass, doesn't make a pass, but it'll be cool. You guys have seen his channel before, and I'll put a link in the description to his channel, but he's got the Camaro, and at least I'll get to see it make a fast pass, because that's an 8-second car with an auto trans.
Oh, grudge car. Grudge car. It's a grudge car.
It's an 8-second car with an auto trans. It's stupid fast, but whatever. It'll be fun to race them. So let's get right to it. Hopefully this works. If not, I guess it is what it is. I'm taking multiple L's today. Multiple L's. It made it to 4th gear. That was bad. Look, full throttle.
I knew from when you left you didn't have it, but
That's what it is. Yeah, it was fun, man.
I had fun.
Yeah, nice meeting you too. So.
I'm sure we'll have some more.
I'll see you in the pit. Let me show you guys what I'm working with here. Reduced engine power, full throttle. It does not do anything. So this really freaking sucks. Obviously, we're gonna have to figure out a solution, but it's not gonna be tonight. It's already really late. I'm kind of disappointed, but at least the car is not hurt in any other mechanical way, and we know it's a throttle body. So I'm gonna end it off there. Thanks for watching. Do it for Dale, and we will see you later.
Well, dang. Hope you enjoyed your time on the Cleetus McFarland YouTube channel. Check out some of our t-shirts. We've got the Do It For Dale t-shirt, the Do It For America t-shirt, and of course the Twin Turbskis t-shirt, all of which can be found in the link in the description below. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe and check out this video that we posted earlier this week.